Hello and welcome everyone. Today's presentation aims to build a better understanding and intuition of what business intelligence is. First, we will look at what the business intelligence architecture and processes of a large enterprise might look like. Then we will look at how a small business can benefit from BI. Then we'll look at the assessment for this part of the uh, module. Here is an example of what the BI architecture of a large enterprise might look like. First, I want to emphasize that this can vary from one organization to another. So, therefore, this is not to suggest that a large enterprise should look like this. In fact, a small business may do may not need most of these things and may do very well without it. But the whole aim of presenting this is to give us a chance to look at some of the processes, some of the issues, and some of the infrastructure that one might come across. Here we look at data sources. That's the first section of our architecture. So it's important to note that without good data, there's no good business intelligence. So data is really crucial to BI. Now, in large organizations, you may find that there are multiple sources of data that needs to be combined and brought together before all the valuable and useful insight and intelligence can be extracted. This may be operational systems. Operational systems process day-to-day transactions. That's the live transactions, and the sources can be from ERP software. The enterprise resource planning software aims to provide a solution and a total solution of the software needs of an organization, from finance and sales and the entire package. Here, SQL, structured query language. Here we're just referring to the relational database management systems. CRM helps organizations to manage the relationships with customers. It's able to track leads, um, um, uh, marketing, and deliver actionable data. Then finally, the flat files. This 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 for example, the Excel spreadsheets, or sometimes you may get data from somewhere, be it pricing or other things that can be integrated into your systems. So there's a structured way of bringing together all these different sources of data, preparing them, cleaning them, and there's some common processes. So you'll find that in business intelligence, you will find there's always talk about ETL: extract, transform, and load. There are other variations of this same process, but generally, this is what is required to bring your data and prepare it. So the processes include validating to see, okay, is this data valid? Is it true? Is it something I can rely on? Now, then even mining and discovering the data, transforming the data into a format, let's say for instance currency or metrics, and then bringing it together, aggregating it before you load it into whatever repository that you're working with. So you'll find that this process is often used to load a data warehouse. So what's a data warehouse? So again, uh, not all organizations will need data warehouses, but often large organizations, because of their uh, varying sources of data, they use data warehouses as a repository of clean data, prepared data, to make the reporting easy. And for large enterprises, you find that this is a core component. Then all the analysis and the analytics or business intelligence is done from this data that has been curated and cleaned. Next, we look at the different formats the output of the BI process can take. So it can be just great visualizations. As we saw earlier, visualizations are very good for analyzing data and for also communicating findings. Or it could be in the form of a report. Reports are usually have a format, and they're usually made for a specific audience and a specific purpose. For example, it could be annual reports for shareholders. Data mining discovers patterns in data sets. It builds models using machine learning and statistics. And from the models, you could do predictions or make decisions. Now, the dashboard. These usually they're usually purpose built, and they are made to be easy to see how key performance indicators are doing at a glance. Alerts. You could set up your business, the output of your business intelligence results could be automated alerts according to set rules and thresholds. Now, the online online analytical processing is a very sophisticated tool, a sophisticated output of the BI process. This gives this is very dynamic, and it allows the user to make some very interesting combinations and viewing the data in different ways, and allows for very complex analytical calculations and simulations. I want to emphasize that business intelligence is not only for the large enterprise. We'll find that small businesses can and do benefit from business intelligence. And that's why the architecture may be different, and the small business may not need some of the infrastructure that a large enterprise uses. So let's do an exercise to see how um, a small organization may benefit from BI. So in this example is of a shoe shop, a shop that sells shoes, and this shop has good fundamentals. That is, traditionally, it's got everything in place for it to do quite well. So it's in a good location. It has good staff that are customer friendly, and the business owner is supposed to know shoes, and they do keep their books quite well, and yeah, they do have ups and downs, but overall they're profitable. So the idea is I'm trying to paint a picture of a small business that's doing okay, that's doing quite well. So let's take it a little bit further. So now the shop, it has expanded, has two branches. Let's say for example one in Birmingham, and the second one in Coventry, and an online presence. So it's getting by, but it's a business like that, if you can imagine, will begin to have some challenges, and might want to find solutions to make the business more profitable and easier to run. So now, if so, what can business intelligence do for this shop? So I think the way to look at it is, what are the things that if the business owners, what are the things that if the business owners know, will give them an edge? Okay, for example, if the business owner is able to read the minds, or at least get decent feedback from their customers, and be able to get it from a wide variety of customers. So now I want I want you to pause this video, and and think about this. What are the different things that the business will benefit from knowing? So here's a few examples. Now, let's say, for instance, sales are inconsistent. So what are the things that can help improve sales? Okay. What kind of products, what kind of period, and so on. Let's say also, for instance, perhaps there's some revenue leakages. Perhaps things are getting missing, or they're not able to account for some of the sales, or their warehouse. Okay, then imagine now also, if they can look at, if they can truly know what the customer wants, how much of an edge that can give them. Okay, and also, if they can build customer loyalty, if they're able to identify who is a loyal customer, or who should they target. Should it be an individual? Should it be a subset of the population, young, old, male, female, you know? And if they can easily and quickly, for instance, identify what products are selling and what products are not, what are the hot and cold products, Now, this is not supposed to be an exhaustive list. I'm sure you might have come up, or you will be able to come up with more interesting ideas. Okay. Now, imagine also that this business is able to see their employee performance easily. The sales marketing team, how much they've sold, how well they're doing, and so on. And then also to be able to see that, okay, all these efforts that they're putting towards marketing or sales or promotions, is it bringing returns? So and then what type of marketing and advertising actually produces returns? Now, and then also how each of these outlets is doing. Is there how well the online sales is doing, and how well the branches and what products they're selling. Now, all of this might seem quite a lot or quite impossible, but with if the business is adjusted or evolves to integrate business intelligence, this all of these and more can be discovered. So again, data, data is important. So for this shop now, does it have enough data? Where can it get the data? You know, presently, recently you find that businesses consider their data an asset, a very important asset. It's because it can help them in their businesses, and for certain business models, they're able to sell the insight or the data. So now, for this shoe shop to evolve into a BI integrated business, what does it need to do? Or does it even have enough data? You'll find that, okay, yes, most businesses now have their sales records in some form of computerized system, and and their account books, their accounts are usually also in digital format. They have employee records, they have an inventory, and besides their internal data, they could also make use of other data outside external data, such as social media, and it goes on and on. Now, but the important thing is now the business owner needs to start thinking about, oh, okay, I might need to keep records, and that's why you'll find that some businesses have a strategy of this loyalty program. That way, they are able to know who bought what when. They have a record, and they found value in the idea that by giving those small discounts, loyalty points, it's worthwhile to give out those small loyalty points just to build a relationship and to be able to know their customers. So part of part of the transformation will be looking at how can they capture data, relevant data. So with a modest investment in time and effort, and maybe some resources, the business can start benefiting from business intelligence. As perhaps by now you would have started seeing how easy the business intelligence tools are becoming and how user friendly they are. And the vendors are working so hard to make it user friendly. So a business like this can grow their business intelligence instead of doing a huge project. Now, better still is to plan and design the business with that in mind so that the strategies and the approaches are done in such a way that you're able to capture your data, you're able to make use of the business intelligence so that you're running your business with much insight, with much intelligence into what's really going on, rather than relying purely on gut instinct or intuition. So the idea, part of the objective of this module is for you to be able to see the value of business intelligence and understand how to integrate it into your business plans, as well as get familiar with applying a business intelligence tool to actually extract valuable insight. So to summarize, let's look at a definition of what business intelligence is. So this definition says it's the collection, analysis, of course, and use of data. Collection and analysis of data in business to make operational and strategic decisions. Okay, so operational, the day-to-day decisions, and long-term strategic decisions. So if we look at this chart, it says business intelligence improves the decision-making process. Good businesses make good decisions. It's all about decisions. You decide what to buy, what to sell, when, how, where. Then let's say it makes it easy to access and share information. So with business intelligence enables you to get the information from the data, gets some is able to make sense of the data, then and then sharing the information. It's no good IT to just have all these wonderful ideas. They need to be able to get it across to the right people at the right time. Then yes, about getting it at the right time, it enables real-time analysis, and it should allow you to navigate. It can allow you to navigate around and quickly get what you need here and there. Okay, for instance, then here it's about next we look. It says it helps you identify waste in the system. So when you say waste, because every business wants to be streamlined, wants to make the most profit, wants to be efficient, and today they want to be um, environmental environmental friendly. Now, next is that business intelligence can help you reduce the risk of bottlenecks. So you find that a lot of businesses or any any process is likely to have efficiency in several areas, but then a bottleneck that slows down the entire business. So with business intelligence, you have a tool that will help you identify all these key bottlenecks that is slowing down the entire business. And overall, it just helps you to know your business. You know your business, you know what's going on. You're not you're navigating with your eyes open. So to round up, I want to mention again that the aim of today's presentation is to help us gain a deeper appreciation, a deeper understanding, and an intuition of what really is business intelligence about. So we're not too worried about the technical details for now. And thank you very much for listening.